So let's begin by looking at question 1. The diagram shows a sweat gland in a section of skin. Here we've got the sweat gland, and this should be a familiar diagram for you. And you know that the sweat, sort of liquid water, bit of salt in it, comes up the channel and it basically lies on the surface of the skin. Well, a question is an explaining question. And when we're explaining anything, we need to link at least 2 or more ideas together. So we're going to see how we're going to do that in this question. Explain how the sweat gland helps to cool the body. So how does it cool the body? That's what we want to find out about. Well, we can certainly say that the gland produces sweat which lies on the skin surface. So the gland produces sweat. So you're going to get 1 mark for that. But you need to explain how that actually cools the body. The sweat itself is the same temperature of the body, so that's not actually going to cool it. What's important is recognizing that this sweat actually evaporates. So that's the key word we need to have, evaporation. So it's the heat of the body which basically warms that liquid so that it evaporates, and that's taking heat energy away from the skin. So to finish off and link this sentence together, the gland produces sweat, and this, so here's our connective, and this then evaporates from the skin and takes away heat energy. And there's your 2 marks there. So question 1, part B. Pretty straightforward here. Draw 1 straight line from the definition to the key word. 1 mark, low order thinking, maintenance of stable internal environment. So what is a maintenance of a stable internal environment? Well, here we're describing homeostasis. Okay, so now we move on to question C. And we've got the hypothalamus is involved in regulating body temperature. Complete the sentence by putting a cross in the box next to your answer. So again, 1 mark, lower thinking, order, factual recall question. So the hypothalamus is part of the brain. Explain how shivering can help a person regulate their body temperature. So another explain question for 2 marks. So how can shivering help regulate body temperature? So what do we need to say here? So what is shivering? Shivering is muscles contracting and relaxing. So shivering is when muscles contract and relax. Good. That's perhaps 1 mark, but it's not going to get both of our marks because we haven't explained how that helps regulate body temperature. So what we've got here, shivering is when muscles contract and relax. So our connective here is which produces produces heat energy to help warm up the body. So we've made a clear explanation there. We've linked the shivering process with the production of heat. So moving on, we've got a describe question. Describe how body hair helps to control a person's temperature on a cold day. Well, I'm not quite sure why this isn't an explain question. So that seems rather inconsistent to me. But we do have to explain how body hair controls a person's temperature on a cold day. So what do we know the hair will do on a cold day? So on a cold day, the hairs will rise or will stand up. And how will that keep them warm? This traps air, which helps insulate the body. So we know that air is a very good insulator. So the air warms up and is unable to escape, so it helps keep the body warm. So we've got 2 marks with that question.